I'm El-Sawy, or shorter Mohamed El-Sawy. I do represent Saqiyat Al-Minham El-Sawy, act as the founder of the place, which means a lot to me. I wouldn't use any other title, not manager, not president. I hate those titles, so I decided to stick to founder, which is a fact and shouldn't really classify me at any level, is only a fact.
So the first question when I speak about faith with people, I love to ask them, what's your earliest memory about something related to faith? Maybe as a child you had some questions, or you had some memories or dreams or experiences with a parent or a family member. What's your earliest memory?
The first time I decided to fast, this was in the age of 5, and it was really too early. I mean, people shouldn't start that early to fast the whole day. Ramadan day is really too long for this age, and I thought I would do it, and my family wouldn't tell me no. I mean, they said it is not your age, but I kept saying no, I can, I will do it. And half an hour before sunset, I started swearing at Ramadan, and saying this is unfair, this is and my father was smart enough to tell me, fine, let's stop this problem. You should go eat and drink. But let's go prepare the food together. And he managed to make this half hour, pass peacefully without any problem. But I remember that time that I was told after I ate and felt good, you did a big sin. I mean, how come you swear at Ramadan? I mean, this is a religious month, and it's there to give us so much good things. So it's been a very bad thing that you did. You might have rather not fasted at all and never swear at Ramadan or something relevant. So this was an early stage to think of what is allowed and what is not allowed in relation to worshipping. For me, this was something really very, full of questions. And how come I may not swear at a month? I mean, what is the month of value? And then the stage started with lots of questions. Why? Who is Allah? How come Allah was not created? He created everything. So if it's really a must or a necessity that everything that was created has to have a creator, so why doesn't this apply to Allah? How it cannot be true. This is all something that there must be a secret, there must be something unknown. But I, as everyone else, never dared to tell this to anybody because it is part of the Egyptian culture that you may not even question such things. You may never, nobody would dare to put such a question, how come, or anything related to Allah. Allah is the mighty, the creator of everything, and you may not discuss this or anything relevant. I kept between me and myself trying to find solutions, trying to reach an answer, until I felt, why do I really bother myself so much? It is much simpler. I also believe that Allah is the very powerful Him. I don't really know what to say. And that He is very good to people, and that He created us, and He loves us, and He gives us so many things. So why do I need to keep, searching in this direction? I'd rather stop totally and take the advice of other people, never think of this anymore. And I took the decision between me and myself. It's a closed door. Don't try to open it again, and enjoy the feeling of believing in God and relying on Him and asking Him every time you feel in need. So since then, I don't think I ever questioned this again on any level or in any way. Yeah. Anything else related? When we were young, very, very young, we were told never to ask someone, what is your religion? This was part of being impolite, being not nice to someone. Why should you? And I like this now very much. I mean, I used to feel, why are they, prohibiting asking about the religion of anyone? But now I do promote this idea. I tell people, why should you interfere in other people's belief? If we really want people to live in peace together, let's forget totally about their beliefs and only judge their actions, their treatment, their behavior, their facts. I mean, things that they do. We should not care about what someone thinks. We should only care about how he reacts, how he implements whatever he's doing. So I think this is the great solution, the great formula. If applied on earth, there won't be any problems from this side. There shouldn't be. It should be a personal thing. I mean, I would wish that the day comes where you don't need to write in any ID the religion. There shouldn't be any mentioning of religion in IDs. It is a necessity for us, for Muslims, when it comes to death. So you have the heritage or whatever you leave back is distributed according to Sharia or to whatever it says. And again, it is needed when you go marry. So only at these two cases when people marry according to religion. And in many other cases during our business life, we had sometimes very tough times, very, very tough times. I'm in advertising and also organizing events. So we had, like 15 years back, we have been organizing the ice shows in Egypt for Holiday on Ice. And this was a very big risk-taking event because several millions were to be spent, and you wouldn't really know or you couldn't guarantee what return will be. And we made big losses. When I say we, is my brother and myself. And we reached sometimes very, very critical zones in going very close to being bankrupt and have no sources to pay the debts. And it sounded very, it was really critical. But I remember that these nights I could pray to God and say, if nobody is helping us, I'm 100% sure that you will, and I can feel it, and I expect. I did everything I can, and it is only you now who will make it happen that we don't go into tough situations. And this is what happened. I mean, there were so many entities or companies or people who could have given us terrible time. None of them started any action, and they were all very patient for several years for us to pay back and make it again through and become, stable again. So it was, I believe, great support from God to help us in such a way. You shouldn't, when you expect something from God, you shouldn't expect a miracle. You shouldn't expect a bag full of money to drop on your head. This is not what should happen. But alone, having people accept you and understand your situation and be patient, this was, for me, God's help. Yeah.
Tell me about, over time, how has your faith changed? You know, like from the time you were a teenager to the time as a young adult, to the Hajj, to the...
Yeah.
How would you describe your faith has changed?
At the age of 10 to 12, I think, I was not missing one prayer. All on the right time with very big care. And then maybe as a teenager, things have changed, and I could pray twice a day, 3 times a day, skip a day, maybe until I married, maybe in the age of 27, I felt ashamed if my wife was praying and I don't. So I couldn't really afford feeling she's a better Muslim than I am. So I think since then I was always keen to keep my prayers because this is a good measure, a personal measure. When you remember all prayer times and go for it, it makes you really feel close to Allah and that you have the base, always there, something that keeps the communication all the time.
Has there been a time in your life that it was difficult to have faith? Maybe you had faith, but
yeah.
It was a challenge to keep faith, even though you had it.
I think in the worst times I was going close to Allah, even more than in the good times. And this is also mentioned in Quran, that people would remember Allah when they have problems because they feel the need for His support. And when things are good, it is me. It is me who made the achievements. And but now, having been matured, I always remind myself, anything you achieve is always with the support of Allah. You would never achieve anything if He wouldn't have, written, as it says, written it. Yeah.
Tell me how this center for you is connected to your spiritual beliefs.
I feel, and I was taught by my father, Allah yarhamu, who passed away, that culture and arts and creativity and freedom of expression, all these factors are the real base for any human development. And this is the best thing that you can do to any society to develop the people. And I feel that every moment or every minute or every effort I do here is counting to my good, how do you call it, on the final day when people go to God and get the judgment. I think that this will help me a lot, and I really believe myself that I'm doing it only to to be good to the society, to other people. It is not for myself. I am 100% sure that I do not really expect anything from this work, but achievements to the society and to other people. Yeah. Yeah, so it's given me a very good feeling and hope that many of my sins and bad things will be, inshallah, balanced by what I'm doing here.
And I know you have Christian events and Muslim events.
Sure. I don't have any problem with Christians or Jewish people or whatever other believers would do. It's for me, any believer is close enough to me than someone who would say there is no God, there is no Allah. I mean, it is definitely another version. I always say all religions are, it is one religion, but only different versions. And I have been privileged to have this final version, as I call it, Islam. So it doesn't mean that the others are different, totally different. It is, maybe there are small or slight differences, but there shouldn't be any core difference, because all of this comes from the same source, from Allah. So there shouldn't be a problem. And again, if I have to meet someone who would tell me from the beginning, I'm not a believer, this doesn't mean that I will treat him differently. I know, I cannot say, but I know someone, a foreigner who lives in Egypt, who told me from the beginning when we met, I was saying Allah 2-3 times, so he said, I'm not a believer, but fine. I mean, he says, I believe in good things and I want to be a good person, but I don't think I need a God to do that. So again, I kept his friendship, and I never thought of breaking considering this person a bad person. For me, he was always fair, decent, nice. So it is not my business to interfere in other people's beliefs. Yeah.
What are you most grateful for?
In life, the secret of my death time. I always say the best thing Allah gave us is that you never know when your life will end. So you have to do everything you can and you think of as fast as possible, as soon as possible, because you don't know when it will end. And you should be ready for this judgment. You cannot say, I'm young, I'll do everything I want to do, gain as many sins, it doesn't matter. I will later have a good chance to be a good person. This is not applicable. So I think this is the greatest thing that we have, that we don't know when we are passing away.
In Judaism, there's a saying that says, repent one day before your death.
Yeah.
And what's your greatest wish?
My greatest wish is that people think in everything they do. They think and decide for themselves on a wise way, because unfortunately in our society, too many people never think of things and take things for granted as they are. And this is terrible. And this wouldn't really take us steps to achieve better life. Yeah. I believe there is room for everyone, there is money for everyone, there is plenty of sources and ways to have every human being live happily and enjoy his life. But people should think and discover the solutions and feel and believe that this is possible. I mean, I never believed anything is totally impossible. I think there is always a solution for everything.